Now this song, it goes out to all you girls out there. You'll know what I mean. You come on strong.
Hello.
Hurricane.
Hi,
Telling
Jackie.
you what you've got.
How you doing?
I'm
So
great.
excited.
I know. I'm totally stoked. This has been a long time coming, and I have been,
Yes.
talking about this. And so, hello to everyone, and thank you
Yes.
so much for tuning in.
Hello,
Of course-
everybody.
Yeah, and of course, you guys probably already know who we are, but in the event that you don't, and we're just like these miscellaneous people popping up on your screen going live. I am Natalie Sugars, joined here with my co-pilot live in action.
Jacqueline Capitola.
And we wanted to do these a special Girl Power Summer series, really to help motivate and inspire, and of course, entertain all women to support one another more often, and to really learn how to gain and let blossom and shine your inner confidence. And the reason we want to do that, a little bit about me and my backgrounds. I'm an internationally renowned singer, an actress, a 3-time past Maxim magazine model, and as well as a spokesperson and influencer, multimedia host, and the host and creator of the hit show in Pittsburgh, my home city, Nat Around Town. So I was just saying to everybody that how we got to meet was because I used to do a Renew You program that's like your Inside Out program. And then that kind of gave me an idea for a very girl-powered episode of Nat Around Town, which brought us together. And we had previously met because I had hosted just some different fashion shows, and Jackie does the best hair, love it. And we got together, and it was such a great success that we wanted to do something great again. So Jackie, tell everybody a little bit about you and your background.
Yeah, so I'm a salon owner. I've been in the beauty industry since I was 16 years old. I started out as a shampoo girl. It was just a passion of mine at a young age. So I started out as a shampoo girl, been in the beauty industry since then, over 35 years now, like 36 years now. And I've had my own salon for about 26 years. So I'm real excited to be here because bringing this confidence to women and just helping women to lift up and, build their self-confidence and their self-worth is all about what I have to offer. And I've created a 360 Confident Total Makeover. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about that as well.
Yes, totally. And I wanted to let everyone know, of course, if you're watching this, no matter where you are, what you're going to be able to gain from these special 3 episodes. This is episode number 1. The second one, which is going to air August 23rd, another Monday at 7 p.m., is going to be about dating. And the last and final one that's going to air end of September is going to be about fashion. But they all have that inner confidence, that same morsel and tidbit of something that we want to help everyone out with, of course, that's going to be this continuous theme throughout all 3 episodes. And of course, we have special guests. Today, this one is about self-confidence primarily. And our special guest today is Sheila Hyland. So we're going to bring her on. I'm so excited that Sheila was able to do this with us because there is no one better for this specific subject than her. You'll hear why in a second. And also, though, for anyone who's watching, so you're going to gain so much from this, no matter where you are, all of us women all together, all over the world, who run the world? Girls. And beyond that, though, if you are in our home city of Pittsburgh, there are huge giveaways going along with each and every episode. So we are doing this, so in conjunction with Jacqueline Salon and with Fogo de Chao, which is the international Brazilian fabulous steakhouse. Fogo de Chao Pittsburgh, and Gary White, who's the sales manager there, he was so kind to want to do something to help promote their brunches this summer. And what girl doesn't love a good brunch? So we thought, let's put everything together. Let's use all of our powers and do something really wonderful. So we're going to do 3 giveaways, okay? So if you're just tuning in now, you haven't seen the promos previous to this, there's a little bit of legwork you gotta do in order to enter to win. So no matter which media source you're watching us on, go out and be sure to follow both Jacqueline Salon and me. So on Facebook, it's my fan page, which is Natalie Sugars PGH. On Instagram, it's N Sugars, and that's sugars with an H, SHUGARS. And then you want to tag 7 girlfriends, okay? So you want to follow us, comment, and tag 7 friends. Why 7 friends? Because Fogo de Chao is giving away you, the winner, and brunch for 7 of your girlfriends, okay? And that's just part of it, because Jacqueline's Salon is going to pamper the special winner with a blowout before your brunch. So Jackie, if you want to tell them quickly about that.
Yes, so the blowout deal is going to be a scalp treatment. We'll start you off with a nice, refreshing, rejuvenating scalp treatment to cleanse your scalp, really great for the summer months. And then we're going to take you into a nice blowout, either smooth, curly, wavy, whatever finish you like, voluminous, whatever you like to have it finished. And then after, you can purchase some products, and we're going to give you a special offer for that to spend. If you spend 40, you get 20% off. So you can take home a lot of your favorite products. So it's over $100 value. And we're just so excited to be able to give that to you and share that with you. And we're looking forward to it. And then, you know, all this connection and collaboration is going to be a fun day for our lucky winners.
Absolutely. So, okay, so be sure to go and do that. So follow, tag 7 friends, and you got to let us know you're watching right now. So comment all throughout this episode. Let us know that you are tuned in, and we are going to announce the winner after every show the next day by 10 a.m. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, so we're going to hear more about that, and we're going to hear from Gary White of Fogo de Chao towards the end. But I kind of want to move it right along and let us get right into the subject matter here, and that's why we're doing this, the Girl Power 3 Summer Series. I wanted to do it because I've been through a lot of crap in my life. I have had to overcome adversity since basically the day I was born. Anyone who's been following my story, I've been letting the cat out of the bag to let you know I come from nothing. I grew up in a single-wide mobile home in rural Pennsylvania with 2 parents who fought like hell. I was kind of used as like a ping pong ball, you know, arbitrarily, of course, by them. Just that's the way it happens. And so it was never peaceful. It was never a solid, peaceful place to be at home. It was always kind of like a chaotic, restless time. And then from there, I was an itty bitty little thing, and I would go to school and I would get picked on because I lived in the single wide mobile home and because I was really tiny. And then from there, back in high school, which I'll get into this a little later, but I had a girl attack me that broke my jaw in 3 places. And I was left with busted teeth, a broken nose, and a wired shut jaw for 8 weeks. And of course, that was all done through jealousy, as it later came out in court, and some problems she was having in her own home life. And after that, I decided to throw myself into a predominantly male, I will say male-controlled, tough industry, which is the entertainment industry. If that doesn't give you a thick skin and put you through some fun times, I don't know what will. And then I also overcame and had to survive and thrive past an abusive relationship. So all of that said, I really wanted to do something like this for my mom, who still can use some of that motivation and inspiration to find her inner confidence, to feel that she can go and be happy and conquer the world. And also for my only and little sister, who is now struggling through a 6-year opioid addiction, and I know that she could use it too. So anyone who's going through anything or has been through anything, I want to be here for them. And I know that Jackie, you feel the same way. And so I think without further ado, we should introduce our special guest, right? Okay, so anyone who is from our hometown, our city of Pittsburgh, you would know her and recognize her for being an anchor for WTAE and Fox 53 TV. Over 20 years of anchoring and reporting the need and she is doing some really great stuff now. She ended up pivoting, starting her own business where, she mentors teens. She does crisis communications. She teaches training in media. And she really is one of these women that we're talking about that She just wants you to genuinely succeed personally and professionally. And I am beyond proud to call her a personal friend. So let's bring on our special guest and dive right in with Sheila Hyland. So I just got done, praising your name a bit, and I can't do it enough. And so thank you so much for doing this. And a little personal note, I don't think I probably would have survived the last year and a half, even professionally, without Sheila's constant love and support and just genuine grace. So, when we were going to do this episode on self-confidence and women loving and supporting more women and stop dragging each other down with jealousy, but lift each other up, there's no better person I could think of to do this. So thank you again for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to be here.
I'm happy to do it for you.
Thank you.
And hi, Jackie.
Hi. How are you?
So I want to just dive right into it. So we're talking about self-confidence, and I want to hear from you guys. Where do you think you got your self-confidence from? Like, where did you garner it from, or where do you garner it from? Like, what brought you to be this confident, shining light? I think with me, when I was thinking about this, I was like, shit, like, I think I was just born with a little bit of moxie. And I think because I was just, sharing my kind of upbringing and story. I think because I've had to go through so much stuff since I was a wee little bird that I just didn't know any better. And I had to learn how to like extract any of the good from like the lessons learned from like being like knocked down. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if my mom, because she was, suffering from being depressed because of her marriage that she was in or whatever, and she took it out on me, I learned, well, I don't want to say that to my kid because you shouldn't take your anger out on, I always like learn these different lessons, and another one too, like I had a friend tell me once that if I was ever hurt in an accident and was left with a giant like scar across my face, I wouldn't have a career. And I go, okay, almost like the bully, I think I was just able to learn from an early age that these were problems that other people were lacking. It was their own insecurities. So I learned how to, I guess, identify it, take it personally for a second, but then like let it just get out of me and work through it, and then find the positive and just keep moving forward. And what about you guys though? Like, how did you do it?
Well, that's interesting because you talked about being knocked down. I wasn't knocked down. I was built up. Both of my parents kept saying, you can do anything. I remember talking about wanting to be a nurse, and they said, well, that's a great profession, but you could also be a doctor. I want to be a teacher. Well, that's a great profession, but you could be a professor as well. So I was brought up believing I could do anything. However, it's interesting. I did lack self-confidence. I had terrible stage fright. I was in the theater and I used to sing, and I just had mind-numbing stage fright at times. And then I got into television, and still that stage fright followed with me because I did lack self-confidence. Looking back, I try to think about why did I lack self-confidence? And I think it's that certain people can say things to you and you never forget it. And then you start to doubt yourself. Yeah. And so that happened to me. I can remember a couple of instances. I had a news director who said, you are doing B work on your live shots and your reporting, and you should be doing A work. It made me work harder, of course, but then I started to really doubt my abilities, not thinking that I can improve on this and I'll be just fine. I kept going back to that. You're just a B reporter. You're just a B reporter. You're not an A reporter. You don't deserve to be there. I also was told once to lose weight or lose my job. That hit me really hard. I was about 10 pounds overweight. Nowadays, that would be considered normal weight, but 30 years ago, that was considered overweight. Meanwhile, my male co-anchor was probably a good 30 pounds overweight, and he wasn't told anything like that. So, I mean, that stuck with me that I wasn't good enough and maybe I didn't deserve to be there. So it took me many, many years to gain the confidence, because I started looking around me and realizing that, everybody has issues, everybody has problems, everybody has failures, and you're not alone. And it just started building up over time. And I also would fake it. I think people looked at me on the air and in person and just assumed I was just this really confident, hard driving woman. And inside, I really wasn't. I am now, though, for the most part. I mean, I still have my moments, but it took a long, long time, a really long time, to get to the point where I truly feel confident. And I know that if I mess up or make a mistake or somebody says something, it's not going to destroy my confidence now because I have that wisdom.
Exactly. Wow. And well said. And I think you touched on something really important too, is like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, just because what you see on the outside is portrayed as this very confident, person, it doesn't mean that someone isn't struggling on the inside. Like, we all have that, we're all that way. And that's what, brings me kind of back with wanting to say that's why us women should really stick together, because we all struggle in our own little ways. And maybe like some of the parts that some of us lack, we can help to build each other up with, and use it as building blocks versus, tearing each other down. How about you, Jackie?
Yeah, so listening to you both, it's amazing because it's a journey, right? It's a journey that we're all on. As women, we always want to, go back to those limiting beliefs and just tell ourselves things that are not true. And it starts at a young age. So I think growing through the journey and the life story that you tell yourself, and the mindset, and just all the positive things that you can shift to help you to feel better is what's going to really get you past all of that. I know, working with a lot of women throughout my career, that I've seen this throughout many years with lots of different insecurities and things that people have gone through. And I really believe we just have to be our own superhero. We have to be our own superhero. We can help each other. We can come together and collaborate, but really deep down, it's all about the inner self first. And we have to have that inner confidence. Then it shines on the outside. So, feeling good inside and looking good on the outside comes together when you have that mind shift. And I believe that is the main source of the confidence for women in the world. And that's what I'm here to help with. That's what I love to help with. And my journey along the way is just been overcoming all of that myself, going through different things in my business and different things in my life that has gotten me here today. So be your own superhero, ladies. It'll definitely change your life.
Yeah. And I'd really love to start with the younger women of the world and just say, you know what, it's going to be okay.
Yes.
And you have more abilities than you have any idea that you have.
Yes.
Just, truly, like you said, Jackie, be your own superhero. I know it's easy to say that. Again, it can take one person to say something that can really make you doubt yourself. I don't know if men experience that in the same way women do. My guess is they probably don't. But I would like to just say, discount it. Don't worry about it. Move on.
Yeah.
It takes time. Yeah.
It does. It does. And I mean, I think a lot of that too, I think it does come from a lot of experience, right? And no matter whether it's personally or professionally, I think experience is key. And I think that, learning who you are and being able to feel very confident and loving yourself is definitely the strongest foundation you can have and build.
Yeah.
And it can all kind of, stem and grow from there. And so that kind of brings me back to like our next bullet point, which is, how women really do need to support other women more. And I know for me, like Jackie, you do the Inside Out program. When I was doing Renew You, which was, I had all these different clients, actually men and women. And what I did is I would help them, whether it be, dating tips, do's, don'ts, closet makeovers, utilizing all their different, clothing articles and whatnot that they had already themselves, taking them out shopping and building upon their looks, to be able to reflect who they personally were on the inside confidently to the world on the outside. And what I noticed with my gal clients is the bond that we built. I mean, I know we spent a hot minute together, so like that can help. And I got lucky because I just had the coolest clients ever. But I think beyond that, it really was having a confident woman to help you see yourself in a positive light, and then give you, those tips to really feel strong and confident about yourself. And so when you have that support and you feel that love from another confident woman, I think it really does rub off on you. And I don't know if you guys have experienced that, or even a vice versa story of how it can really work negative too. But anyways, dish to me about that. What do you guys think?
You know what? The best thing you can do for another woman is compliment her.
Yep, absolutely.
Think about how good that feels. So I try to do it all the time. I have an intern right now who, I mean, of all the interns I've had, I don't want to cast aspersion on any of the others because they've all been great, but all the interns I've had over the years, she is phenomenal. I mean, not only is she self-confident, she is competent. She's incredible. I can ask her to do something that would take me 2 days and she's got it done in 2 hours.
Wow.
And so I am constantly not just thanking her, but telling her what she's done that I truly like, that, you know, just, I'm not just heaping praise, but being specific about her qualities, her intelligence, et cetera, to build her up. And you know what? The more I do that, the harder she wants to work for me too.
Ah, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't say enough about being there for younger women and building them up, because, you know, we do in this society, it seems, almost promote women tearing each other apart. And I just don't get that. And yet I see it time and time and time again. Again, going back to when I was on television, I used to get letters. Back then, we didn't have email. I'd get letters in the mail, people saying that, you know, they didn't like my hair, they didn't like my clothing.
Right.
One of them said they didn't like my nose, which, you know, short of rhinoplasty, there wasn't anything I could do about that. And I just thought, well, what's the point here? Why do you feel the need to do this?
Yeah.
Let's lift each other up and help each other. So I would say to your viewers, you know what? Every single day, try to give a one compliment to a woman. See what that does for their self-esteem and yours as well.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, I used to get to all the time, you're too bubbly. I've had everyone tell me that my teeth are a beacon. And then I should
beautiful
my
teeth.
interest. You know, I mean, just, it's like, you know, I mean, you know, it almost makes me go back to the old fashioned, like, rule of thumb is like, if you've got nothing nice to say, then shut up.
Yes. Don't say it.
But Jackie, what do you think?
I love that. I love the way that, you know, Sheila said about giving compliments and helping women to build them up. That is amazing. We really do need more of that. And I think that once we stop comparing yourself to other women, I think that's where we get in that like, you know, that place that's not good. So if we stop comparing ourselves to each other and we just be our own true self of who we are, because if we try to be like somebody else, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because it's not you. It doesn't pull off as good, or it doesn't come across as good. So you have to dig deep and find yourself, and then just, you know, just be able to just expand and grow in that and not really worry about comparing. And I think when we come together, we're so much stronger. Like the three of us here are coming together, you know, who we can inspire and help. I think it's just going to build that bond even more, and, you know, extend that even more to a lot of women to just start to come together and really just be your own true self.
Jackie, don't you think the social media aspect of it has made it really hard, especially for young women, when talking about comparing themselves to other women?
I do a lot, because I think sometimes, you know, there's a lot of false information out there about the way people come across, or the way they look, or just the way they present themselves. You know, a lot of stuff goes into a cover of a magazine, like to have a beautiful woman on a cover of a magazine, like a lot of things go into that to make that happen. You know, like they're beautiful and they're great, you know, supermodels, models, celebrities. But when people start to try to just really compare to that, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes for those things. So
real briefly, I want to
that happens on social media.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just saying that happens with social media as well.
You mentioned supermodels. I just really briefly want to say I had a media training client in New York City who trains a lot of top supermodels, a lot of the Victoria's Secret women. Mm-hmm. He told me there isn't a single one of them, they may come back and deny this, but he told me this, and his name shall remain anonymous, obviously, but he told me there wasn't a single one of his clients that he worked with that didn't lack self-confidence. I mean, in a really extreme way. Yeah. And yes, we consider the most beautiful women in the world.
Yes, I've done hair and makeup for covers of magazines. And I've done a lot of models. I've worked with a lot of models, and they do have that. We all have that. Everybody has that. You don't have to feel different if you feel that way, because it's normal. It's normal stuff. I think what helps to change that is changing your routine, changing your way, setting yourself up for a better day, with writing in your journal, doing different things, intentions. That's all going to help set you up, because we all have that inside of us. And even the models do. Yes, I can
Sadly.
say that for sure. Yes.
Well, that's cool. And I completely agree with you guys. And, I know that we want to be able to share like any stories we might have with, being a woman in a man's world. For me, I really don't have any stories. I mean, I got really lucky, I think, nothing really bad ever took place for me. And I kind of, I don't know, I think because I was so used to girls being so mean to me that I ended up just becoming like one of the guys. And therefore that kind of helped me, and it became second nature for me. But I don't know if you guys have any quick stories to share, because I want to end this with giving some advice to everyone to find their confidence before we leave.
I had some subtle things that happened going back to the mid 1980s. My first TV job, I was hired as a news reporter and news anchor. My news director decided that while our weather person was away for the week, our male weather person, I should step in and do the weather for a week. Well, that wasn't part of my job, and I knew nothing about the weather. But he told me it was for cosmetic purposes, because I was young, blonde, and pretty, and he thought that would go over well.
Ah, of course.
So after doing that, I marched into his office and I said, if you ever make me do that again, I'm leaving. So I did show some confidence there. Yeah. There was another time too, when I worked in Oklahoma City at a CBS affiliate there, we had a male producer and I had a male co-anchor, and we did the weekend news together, and the male producer would consistently give my male anchor more stories to read, and also the heavier stories too. I was given more of the fluff. And at first I thought, no, this, I'm just thinking this in my head, but I started keeping track. And sure enough, he was giving at least 2/3 of the stories to my co-anchor. So I stood up for myself and said something. But, little things like that along the way, I have noticed. Not totally blatant, but sometimes just subtle underneath.
Oh, that's enough. And then that's enough.
It is enough. Yes.
So Sheila, what advice would you have then, for any woman watching this to find their inner confidence?
I would say that if you are lacking confidence, to start with, fake it. And I know that's controversial. Some people think that's great and some people think it's not. But if you truly believe it yourself, or tell yourself to believe that you're confident, you'll start manifesting that confidence in so many different ways. So wake up in the morning and say, I've got this. I'm going to show the world confidence, even if I don't feel it. And I'm telling you, it will happen, because I did it myself. There were so many times when I faked confidence, when I thought I have no business being here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've failed or made mistakes, but I didn't let that stop me. And let me tell you what, I missed a lot of opportunities, and I don't want that to happen to women. I missed so many opportunities. I had the opportunity to fill in for a talk show host for a week, again, back when I was much younger, and I lacked confidence so much so that I said, no, I'm not going to do that. It was an opportunity to see how I might have done if I had been a talk show host, but I didn't have the confidence in myself. So I say, just charge forward, do it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't go so well. Okay, so you pick yourself up and you move on. So just fake it. Tell yourself you have the confidence, and it will come to you. I mean, I have other advice, but I'll let Jackie join in here too, because I know she has plenty.
Yeah, I think that, it does become something that you have to just set yourself up for. Like, you do have to get that routine and change your mindset. I'm like to speak to women that are over 50, because I'm going to be 54 in a week. And I think to myself, like, the first half of my life, was a journey, and it was amazing. And I loved it. And I loved all the stages and raising my children and all of that. And now it's like you get to this place where like, well, what's the second half of my life going to be now, you know? And you really want to start to still have that confidence in yourself, but yet you start to feel like, you know, your hair's changing, you know, your face, maybe you're getting a little wrinkled, or, you know, your body's changing, you're not as quick, and, you know, all of that. But there's still a lot of life after 50. So just speaking to women that are at this stage of the game, there's still a lot of life after 50. If you just start to believe it, change your thoughts, and just really set yourself up for, you know, for success. So I would say just keep going on the journey, and look forward to the next stage, no matter where that is.
And you know, Jackie, something else you could do too is ask your friends to write down what they see as your qualities. And I'll bet you'll be surprised.
Yeah, I love
That
that.
will really boost your confidence.
I think I want to leave that.
I love
That's
that.
the last thing. That's an assignment for everyone. Have your friends write down your best
I love
qualities.
that.
And for me, I
Yeah.
actually, you know, just remember to hold your head up high, and that we're all unique individuals. And, you know, be sure to love yourself first, so that you're good for other people, and surround yourself with amazing mentors like Sheila, who remind you how wonderful and special that you are. So we only have like 2 minutes left. I want to cut to Gary from Fogo de Chao to tell us a little bit about Fogo and how awesome this big brunch and blowout giveaway is that we're doing. Because of course, Jacqueline's Hair Salon, anyone who's watching who's from Pittsburgh, every single show that we are doing a big giveaway. So like we had said at the beginning, go out and follow Jacqueline's Salon and me, and tag 7, not 1, not 2, not 5, 7 of your girlfriends, so that you can take them to brunch at Fogo de Chao after you have been pampered with your blowout. So let's cut over to Gary White, sales manager of Fogo de Chao, to see how awesome Fogo is.
Hi, my name is Gary White. I'm the sales manager here at Fogo de Chao Restaurant, the Brazilian steakhouse located at 525 Smithfield Street, downtown Pittsburgh. I wanted to reach out to you to let you know that we offer a wide variety of private room space for your special celebratory event. In our private rooms, you can partake in all of our delicious fire roasted meats, which is our signature continuous tableside service from our very own Gaucho chefs. We also have a market table which consists of fresh fruits and roasted vegetables, second to none. I personally want to give you a special tour, which we will do in a little bit. But right now, I wanted you to focus on our weekend Brazilian brunch, which we are launching to help those women of empowering groups and recognize them. So for the months of July, August, and September, we will have our weekend brunch giveaway for up to 8 women in one group for July, August, and September. We're going to give you a complimentary weekend brunch. So on behalf of myself and the rest of our Fogo de Chao Brazilian Steakhouse team members, we want to thank you for choosing us as your destination celebration restaurant. Thank you.
Okay, so again, like I was saying, if you want to win the blowout and brunch giveaway, be sure to follow Jacqueline's Salon and me, and let us know you're watching right now. Tag 7 of your girlfriends and you can win. We are going to announce the winner after each show. So there's 3 episodes, this one, the next one on dating, and the final one on fashion. And we're going to announce the winners the day after every single show airs by 10 a.m. So we want to be sure to have everyone go win. I know I'd be taking Sheila if I won.
Yes.
I think I want to enter, but Sheila, listen, I can't again tell you how just beyond like amazed I am at everything that you've done, everything that you do, and everything I know you're still working on achieving. You just don't stop. And you are not only someone to look up to, but you are just someone to just feel lucky to be loved by. And I love you so much. So thank you for everything. And
Love you too, Nat.
I know, oh my God. But listen, I love you guys so much. Everyone, stay tuned. The next episode will air. Yes, cheers. August 23rd at 7 p.m. on Date with the Duffy Women.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Okay, till next time.
ladies.
See you later.
Bye.
It just don't make no sense. I said, don't you